What's going on, guys? It has been a long while. Back with an all new video for you guys today, and just with my personal life of working and relationships and friendships and all that stuff, it's been very tough to just really sit down and make videos. But all the craziness that's transpired over the past few months with Hero and the almighty Banjo-Kazooie joining Smash Bros., a dream come true of mine for so many years, is finally a reality. Even with Mortal Kombat, Spawn joining, freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator, and even the Joker, even though it's met with, kind of mixed reviews there, are coming to Mortal Kombat. So I know I've been missing out on a ton of great stuff here, but with the topic in mind today, I felt the need, I had to talk about this, with the supposed SNK Smash Ultimate leak. Now, for those of you guys who did not know or not aware of any of this taking place, about a day or so ago on Nintendo's UK website, this photo was posted of Challenger Pack 4. Posted with the following information: that on February 29th, distribution is planned. Downloadable content set includes the following: as we know, one new fighter, new stage, and several music tracks. Further details will be announced periodically, but the big one, all the way at the bottom, SNK Corporation, all rights reserved. Who in their mind actually truly thought a character from SNK could potentially be joining the Smash Ultimate roster? That is pure craziness. Now, SNK was kind of always that underdog where, they have great games, they have so many classic games, but they were never on a level of like, a Capcom or a Namco or obviously Nintendo, anything like that. But their games do resonate in the hearts of millions, and the fans are very loyal to that brand. So in today's video, I want to discuss the possible options of characters who could take that spot if this is in fact 100% legitimate. And if it's coming from Nintendo's UK website, this very mind could be a really big goof or the most elaborate troll of all time. But that's not what we're here to do, because I tell you guys what every leak and rumor, always take it with a grain of salt. Nothing's officially confirmed until we see it with our own eyes. But the fact that it's coming from Nintendo's website, that's a pretty big inclination here. Now, as far as potential characters, out of all the characters you can imagine from SNK, these are probably the 6, I would say, that are the obvious choices. These aren't the characters I'm saying will be the ones, but these are the 6 I'm saying, here are the ones everyone's kind of thinking of. You got Haohmaru from Samurai Showdown, Rock Howard from Gaara Mark of the Wolves, Kyo from King of Fighters, Mai from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, Terry, same deal, and Geese Howard. Now, these are characters that resonate, are extremely popular, extremely well known. But these characters I actually don't really feel will take that slot. And for the sheer reason alone, I feel like when Sakurai wants a DLC character, Nintendo has made those choices. Obviously, we know Nintendo made the final call, but it comes down to uniqueness. And Sakurai's always stated for DLC characters, these characters are going to be very unique to the series. And while these characters are unique in their own right, I don't see anything that really sets them apart as too unique, if that makes a whole lot of sense here. When you think of characters from the Fatal Fury and the, Art of Fighting and Samurai Showdown and King of Fighters series, all of these characters are amazing, but is there anything that really makes these characters stand out? Personally, I think we could do a lot better here, but obviously Terry Bogard would be my most likely choice going on these 6. He's probably the most recognizable character in SNK, and I absolutely love him. But as far as uniqueness goes, these are characters obviously with, spinning kicks or fireball attacks, which is kind of similar to the Street Fighter recipe. And we already have Ken and Ryu, so I think we could be a little more strategic and a little more unique with our choices. But all of these are great choices here if they were to go with one of them. Terry Bogard, obviously the most likely and the most recognizable SNK character. But with that, I feel like Nintendo knows what's going on in the gaming world, and 4 out of these 6 characters are actually already guest fighters in other fighting game franchises. So I feel like Nintendo would be a little different here and say, obviously they know what's going on in the gaming world and what other companies may be planning. So I feel like maybe they would steer away from not having duplicates. For example, you have Geese Howard in Tekken, you got Terry in EX Fighting Layer, Mai's been a staple in the Dead or Alive series, as well as Haohmaru coming to Soul Calibur. So with that, I feel like we could do a little better here. And here are my top 3 choices, starting at number 3 to number 1. Now, my first choice is a character from Samurai Showdown, and oddly enough is one of the most popular characters in SNK's character list, and that is Nakaru from Samurai Showdown. Now, obviously, correct me if I'm saying that wrong, I am not Japanese, so it's a little tough to pronounce, but this would definitely add some female representation in the fighter pack, as well as a samurai character. Now, obviously, Haohmaru could have took that slot, or Nintendo could have just went with Takamaru, even though Sakurai considered him, was never chosen. But she could bring very uniqueness to the roster, being able to, like, use a hawk and a wolf in her moveset as she done in the games. Now, I gave her the number 3 nod based off sheer popularity alone, because she is so friggin' popular. Even though she's not the main protagonist of the Samurai Showdown series, as Haramaru has that locked down, but I did feel she deserved a mention on this list, and definitely a viable option. My second choice here would be Marco Rossi from Metal Slug, which is another classic franchise for SNK. It's been on multiple platforms, an arsenal of weapons including machine guns, semi-automatic machine guns, rifles, handguns, knives, bazookas, just to name a few. This character could be very unique. For example, a Final Smash idea could be, summoning the Metal Slug and just obliterating all the characters on stage, maybe summoning the Mars people. I don't know, but I definitely think he's a great option here. And a close second, I mean extremely close to my number 1 choice here, who would be Athena Anamiya from Psycho Soldier, as well as the King of Fighters series. Now, I've never been too familiar with SNK's lore. I know a lot of the characters, but here's a character just like Marco Rossi, extremely nostalgic, back in the day, old school character, resonates with fans, very popular, and the sheer uniqueness for a moveset alone, I think would make her a really great addition to the roster. And yet again, just like with Nakaru, add some female representation to the fighter pack, which it's kind of lacking. Obviously, Kazui's a female, but I don't think that's enough here. I think we need at least one full-fledged female in the fighter pack here, especially if there's going to be a 5th male, who I'll explain about a little later because there's another rumor floating around. But Athena, here's some moves that she could throw out here and just make her really unique to the Smash Bros. Roster. I think she'd be an awesome addition here, and just seeing an SNK character alone gets me pretty hyped for the future of the DLC. Now, with that being said, those are just my choices. Terry Bogard is still my all-time favorite SNK character, so it was tough to leave him off the top 3 choices, but I wanted to go really unique here, and these are 3 characters I feel would be unique over the traditional SNK kind of Shoto-esque characters. But with that, I wanted to talk about another potential leak, but more of a rumor. And yet again, with all rumors, take them with a grain of salt. This is coming from a YouTuber by the name of I Am Shiftry, who supposedly claims, like, everyone and their mother, that they have inside information and sources. Now, we've seen something similar to this with Game Zombie with Mortal Kombat 11, where nobody really believed him, and he had all this inside information, which turned out to be legitimate. And this guy doesn't have a very large channel, but yet again, it could blow up if he's actually telling the truth. Where he is claiming that Ryu Hayabusa from the Ninja Gaiden series is going to be one of the DLC fighters. He actually claimed him being the next fighter. However, this kind of throws it for a loop now with the SNK fighter being supposedly leaked. And I wanted to bring him up for 2 reasons. The first one being, people really don't notice and realize how big of a franchise the Ninja Gaiden series is. This game has been around for 30 plus years. It spanned multiple games and entries in the series, and making, Ryu Hayabusa a household name, even though a lot of people may not even realize that or know who he is also a staple in the Dead or Alive series. He has been there since day 1, which really doesn't constitute him as a guest fighter, because he's been in every entry and has continued to be in every entry. So imagine that. This character has appeared in 2 huge franchises for Koei Tecmo. To rep him in Smash Bros. Would be the logical choice here. Now, I know a lot of people would probably say, oh, look, another generic sword fighter, but he is a ninja, don't forget that, and brings more to the table than, obviously, Greninja, who is already in Smash. But I really think he would be a really logical choice based on the history, the nostalgia, and the iconicness of his character. And isn't the first time he actually has been rumored, but usually when he's been rumored, it comes along with Doomslayer or Doom Guy from the Doom series coinciding with his release. Yet again, nothing's ever confirmed. This is just merely speculation on this front. But maybe that's what, Nintendo is planning here. They chose a ninja from one franchise and one company, and they're choosing a samurai character, or along the lines of that, from SNK. Like I said, all merely speculation at this point, but I wanted to bring up what I mentioned earlier in terms of guest fighters, where it doesn't mean because a character appears as a guest fighter in another game diminishes their chances of being included in Smash Bros. We've known that from the past. Obviously, we saw Pac-Man in and Mega Man in all these guest fighter games like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, even though it wasn't really the classic Mega Man and it was Pac-Man in the, the Mukujin suit or whatever. It doesn't mean they can't be, because I know a lot of people are holding out hope like a character like Rayman will appear in Smash, but people are like, oh, he's in Brawlhalla. That means he's not going to be included. No, of course that doesn't mean anything. I mean, obviously Ubisoft made Brawlhalla, so that makes a lot of sense for Rayman to be included. But then again, we don't know what the inner workings of Nintendo are when they finalize this list. We don't know what Sakurai is planning. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I wanted to give this information, go over my top 3 choices for the SNK side, go over that Ryu Hayabusa rumor, and for anyone out there saying that Ryu Hayabusa is not going to be in Smash because we already have a Ryu, that doesn't mean anything. Why can't you have 2 Ryus? Like, you have 2 Roys, and you can always call them Ryu Hayabusa or just Hayabusa. So either way, that's the video I wanted to put out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, for all the latest fighting game news and speculation, be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys soon.